What's going on, guys? This is a Club of the Man 1993 coming at you for a late, but it's happening, SmackDown Live review from this past week's episode of SmackDown Live, the October 3rd, 2017 edition of SmackDown Live, the go-home show leading into Hell in a Cell this coming Sunday, October 8th, which will take place at the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Again, sorry this review is late. This is the first of two reviews I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to do SmackDown Live, and I'll do my review of NXT after this as well, as long as I can stay awake. Again, I apologize I wasn't able to do this last night.
Sorry this
I was
review is late.
what the
This is
heck?
the first of two reviews I'm going to do
That I tried to turn off my audio for the other things to start. But again, I'm sorry I was not able to review last night. I was able to catch a show, but I wasn't in the area to really review it. But I'm catching up tonight. So for this go-home show for Hell in a Cell, and what's up, Robbie? Thank you for joining me in the live chat. Yeah, you got to catch up on NXT tonight. Tonight's episode was pretty solid for NXT. There was a very interesting line said by Mauro Ranallo on it, and please don't mention Rusev Day. I'm sorry, that segment was terrible, but we're going to talk about that a little bit in this video. But anyway, getting into SmackDown Live last night, I didn't think it was a terrible show. I just thought it was kind of mad. It wasn't really one that blew my mind, but it wasn't one of those episodes I'm like, this is just like the worst of worst either. So I'd say about an average show I think we got last night from SmackDown Live. I expected better for Hell in a Cell go-home show. Again, the build of Hell in a Cell is having me, like, mixed, like, do I look forward to the show? Do I not look forward to the show? I'm not sure, like, how to feel about Hell in a Cell going forward, leading up to Sunday. But again, we'll see what happens. I'm definitely excited about the two Hell in a Cell matches with the Usos and the New Day, as well as the episode. I mean, not the episode, the match between, which should be the main event, Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens as well. So we'll get into those. First, we started off the night with an in-ring interview with Shinsuke Nakamura, appearing in the ring, pretty much just being asked as a reaction to all the stupid toilet humor comedy that Jinder Mahal has been trying to pull on Shinsuke Nakamura for 3 weeks in a row. And last week, Nakamura finally just returned. But Nakamura did the whole thing with the whole sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never hurt me. I know it may look stupid for Nakamura to say, but in my mind, I'm like, thank you for not pissing him off with making him look pissed off for not saying, because again, those were just terrible. Again, it would be just me standing there looking at Jinder and going, is this the best you got? Is this the best you got to really try to rattle my bones? It's not going to happen. But I am a little surprised, though, that they didn't really do anything with this storyline pretty much. You'd think that, since Jinder lost the match at SummerSlam because of the distraction by the Singh brothers, and again, this match was not worthy of Hell in a Cell. I'm glad this match is not going to be inside the cell this Sunday. The matches that are inside Hell in a Cell are definitely worthy of being so. But I don't understand why they're not going to, ban the Singh brothers from ringside, or even do the match that I printed in my Hell in a Cell match card, where if Jinder Mahal gets counted out or disqualified and he loses the title, this just worries me that they're just going to try to do this. Just going to do the same thing they've been doing his whole title reign. Have the Singh brothers interfere, cost Shinsuke the match, which making Shinsuke lose to Jinder Mahal twice is not going to make him look good at all. And then probably have Jinder, which I've heard the rumors that he may be keeping the title after their India tour or even till WrestleMania. But we'll talk about that tomorrow when I do my top 10 topics show. But yeah, and then eventually, the Singh brothers came out introducing Jinder Mahal, but Jinder, didn't come out from the entrance room. He came out from the crowd, and there was a 3-on-1 attack on Nakamura. He fought back a little bit, but Jinder and the Singh brothers came out on top as Jinder did hit the Colossus on Nakamura. So he has momentum going in. Hopefully this means, since Nakamura got hit with the Colossus, hopefully that means that we're not going to be seeing that Sunday. Hopefully Nakamura will win the title off of Jinder Mahal. And again, I'm glad this match is not inside Hell in a Cell. It is not worthy of it at all. So I'd say, probably one of the better segments we've had between these two, but it doesn't really get me that excited about this feud coming up. We then had a women's tag match. It was Charlotte and Becky Lynch taking on Natalya and Miss Money in the Bank Carmella. Got an interesting pairing these two up again because, as we can see, Carmella is Miss Money in the Bank. Natalya is the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. And I know they haven't really done much story really behind Natalya becoming champion, but I mean, like, overall wrestling-wise, I think she's done all right. And I think they made her book as a pretty strong champion, especially with the sharpshooter. So, like, some a little different as turned up Natalya's in-ring skills up a notch. But I wish they would have a little bit more of a story involved in this, other than the fact that Charlotte returned and Natalya kind of wanted to do this whole thing with celebrating women's wrestling or whatever, and she ended up getting to starting a number one contenders match for like the 50th time we've seen on SmackDown Live, like a multiple women number one contenders match. But there's really not much story to this. I mean, this match was all right the way it was. Surprisingly, though, Carmella and Natalya were able to stay on the same page. There was no, Carmella trying to tease cashing in on Natalya. Hopefully, an interesting way to do this is if maybe Natalya is the main champion, or Charlotte taking the belt off of her at Hell in a Cell. I'm still not quite sure if they're going to put the belt on Charlotte, because I feel like they're going to wait at least until after Survivor Series if they're going to do this 4-horsewoman of WWE against a 4-horsewoman of MMA. I still think they're going to keep the title on Natalya until after that's over, and then put the title on one of the horsewomen. I don't think Charlotte would probably be the one to take the title of Natalya, or Carmella cash in, which I think she'll probably cash in either later this year or early next year. Keep building her up as Miss Money in the Bank. But I do the match was all right for what it was. I do like how Carmella and Natalya got to work together kind of well. Carmella attacked Becky Lynch with the briefcase, which was out of the ring when the referee wasn't looking. And then Natalya got Charlotte to tap out to the sharpshooter, which I'm glad they're making that sharpshooter look strong for the victory. And again, like I said before, Natalya did not Carmella did not seem to tease a cash-in. It could be, Carmella maybe just trying to, get on Natalya's good side to lure her into that cash-in eventually if Natalya is still the champion. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and also James Ellsworth was on a leash again, which that still cracks me up because although it's like it seems like this part of the story hasn't gone much further, with the whole thing with Carmella and James Ellsworth. I mean, you had them almost split, and then Ellsworth begged for forgiveness, and Carmella forgave him and said, "From now on, we do things on my terms." And she kissed Ellsworth and smacked him, but then ever since then, he's just been on a leash. So it's it'd be nice to see some story development as well with that pairing. But we'll see what happens after this match or down the line between these two. Let me just text real quick. But anyways, again, average match, nothing really too special. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to the to what was next. We had Bobby Roode taking on Mike Kanellis. We've seen this match already a few weeks ago. It's just another squash match. Just put Bobby Roode over. It'd be nice to see him face someone a little bit higher up, even though he's scheduled to face Dolph Ziggler at Hell in a Cell to make his first pay-per-view match, which I think is going to be a good match. It would be nice to see Bobby around a little bit more than just, the past 2 weeks. He was on SmackDown. The first 2 weeks, he had matches against Aiden English and Mike Kanellis. He had another match against Mike Kanellis. But I'm sorry, I'm really tired, guys. I've had a long day. I've been up since 6:30. Anyways, so he beats Mike Kanellis again pretty easily, and then Dolph Ziggler comes out. And again, this whole thing with Dolph Ziggler imitating the entrances, it's somewhat working out for him because he's getting the heel heat again. This is him, on his way out the door, then this is what needs to be. But he feels like a broken mess doing this. And then he didn't even like do an actual entrance invitation tonight in front of Bobby Roode. But he just brought like, drums, start banging, pretty much just grab like any little prop he could find to start like, going. Not saying see anybody can do all these entrances, because this whole gig of him saying, oh, people are more excited about the entrance that actually goes on in the ring, because nobody can do what I can do in the ring. And afterwards, when Dolph was walking away, Bobby picked up the microphone and did his glorious catchphrase, wiggling his hips. He's saying, you can do this, because Sunday when I beat you is going to be absolutely glorious. So we'll see what happens Sunday, and we'll see as well. This could be the end for Dolph Ziggler as well, because again, his contract to expire, and this gimmick has been making it look like he's a broken mess. Like he's pretty much admitting to being defeated. Pretty much, it just seems like with this gimmick. So we'll see what happens with Dolph Ziggler. And then we had, this was actually cool. I like this. We had this segment with the Usos coming out and addressing their Hell in a Cell match against the New Day this Sunday for the SmackDown tag titles. The Usos promised to introduce New Day to the Uso Penitentiary. Jimmy and Jay claimed to have elevated the tag team division and promised to win back the titles. Then the New Day come out interrupting them, and they say, you talk about, stealing the show, or, claiming, well, about what you left. Well, left touch. And one of the things they mentioned was that they left Sin City Smackdown as the WWE, or actually first the SmackDown Live WWE World Tag Team Champions. But they're defending inside Hell in a Cell pretty much, and they're saying that the Usos will be left down in a pile of their own day one-ish at Hell in a Cell. Again, this could be one of the best tag matches of the year. It's just amazing, though. We saw this feud early in 2016. And, I mean, matches were kind of meh, and the feud was kind of meh because they just kept doing the match on Raw constantly. Finally, when we got to the pay-per-view, which is they had their match at the Royal Rumble, nobody cared. But now they've not done it on SmackDown all the time. The only thing I didn't like was when they faced each other, and the winner decided the stipulation for the rematch. I didn't quite like that match, but all the other matches, Money in the Bank, was this a table setting match? Battleground their match was good. SummerSlam, their pre-show match is excellent. Their Sin City Street Fight was awesome. I think this Hell in a Cell match is going to top it all off. This is going to finish off the feud between these two. Afterwards, we're going to move on to who knows what. We'll have to see. But again, this was another good segment. These two teams are both entertaining. They're both great on the mic. I mean, Usos especially got there after that heel turn from last year. So I think they've come along such a long way. And, we'll see what's next for the SmackDown Live Tag Division following this Sunday's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. We then had, for like the 9th time or whatever, Ty Dillinger taking on Baron Corbin. Match was, all right. I've seen this match how many times. They've just been treating Ty as a pawn in between this whole thing between AJ Styles and Baron Corbin, even though, it's only because, Dillinger took Corbin's shot at the United States Championship. So the story's been kind of flat. I'm glad we've been seeing Ty more on TV, but with Ty getting the win here, I feel like the Ty should be in the United States Championship match, making a triple threat Hell in a Cell, be a little more interested in that. Because let's be real, again, as I keep saying, Baron Corbin looks like he's slowly breaking down in this feud. Again, he can't talk without being hurt. He's losing to Ty Dillinger right here and whatnot. He just doesn't look strong in this build. And then, AJ Styles tried to bring out the United States Championship, but the United States Open Challenge, but it's not working. So just focusing on just two people, which is Ty Dillinger and Baron Corbin. Could get to a few more other people coming in as well. Have Sami Zayn challenge it, or who else is on the show? Randy Orton. Rusev, even any members of the New Day, or Mojo or Ryder or Benjamin and Gable. Heck, Chad Gable had a great match with AJ Styles that one night. Whenever Gable accepted the challenge after saying he needed from somebody from Dayton, Ohio, to accept the challenge. But the match was what it was. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It's just been done too many times. Again, Dillinger won with a small package. But we'll see what happens if Dillinger gets added to the match or not before Sunday. We'll see. And then we had another match. I think we've seen this match like 3 or 4 times already now. It's Randy Orton taking on Aiden English, pretty much doing the honor for Rusev after singing the whole Rusev Day song last week, and that terrible segment for Rusev Day. I don't care about Rusev Day, and not celebrating Rusev Day. So Orton comes out and he pretty much just destroys, lays out English after like a less than a minute fight pretty much. Rusev just stayed there and just stared down. He's like, oh crap, like he did it again to him. And then Rusev just backed off, not wanting to get anything involved with Randy Orton. And they're having their match Sunday. Why are they fighting again? I honestly do not understand why at all. This feud just makes absolutely no sense. It's probably my worst feud of the year. But we'll see what happens Sunday. But my expectations for this match are very low because this feud has just been so flat. It's not even funny. So that's what we got from that. And then also something that kind of ticked me off, though, from tonight's episode, last night's episode of SmackDown, was those advertised last week. We were supposed to get the Fashion Files returning. They did their season 2 premiere like a month ago. They disappeared, and then they were supposed to return this week. Now they announced they're going to be returning on Sunday at Hell in a Cell. Are they doing the same thing again that they did with Emelina, or they did with Kurt Hawkins' debut last year, which no one cared about? How they're just lying. All they're gonna do is just lie. They lie about when things are happening, and this just puts a bad taste in the mouth. I mean, like I've enjoyed the Fashion Files, I keep saying, but they're just dragging this whole thing out. Like, we just want to know, okay, who is that trashy office? You're just dragging on for way too long. Some people are saying it's going to be Harper and Rowan. I don't want it to be them because just them getting back together is going to be nothing different. How many times they're going to do it? I'd say just help them debut Authors of Pain on the main roster. That's what I'd say do. That's what bring them in a pre-show match, but that's not going to happen. But it was announced also tonight that, speaking of which, on the pre-show on Sunday is going to be a tag match between Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable taking on the team of Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley, the Hype Brothers. Probably going to be when the Hype Brothers make a move. Either they turn heel or they break up. Probably going to happen. But I'll talk about that in Top 10 Topics tomorrow. We also did have Jinder Mahal backstage again, just talking about how he's going to defeat Shinsuke Nakamura and all that blah, 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 blah on Sunday. I was like, whatever. And then we had this main event, though, I thought was nice. It was Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens face-to-face. Shane came out first and didn't waste any time, just calling Kevin a coward, saying he's not going to come out as expected. But then Owens came down the stairs in the arena, but then changed his mind after saying a few things. He changed his mind and tried to leave the arena. So then Shane's like, just I thought, you're not going to bring the fight to the arena, I'm going to bring the fight to you. So he goes up the stairs in the arena into, where the concession area is. Owens came out of nowhere and started attacking Shane. And then he power bombed Shane through the table. And then he went back to the ring and he said he was going to beat Shane so bad and he's going to powerbomb so many times that his children were going to even forget his name. But then Shane shows that heart of how he's going to keep on fighting. He makes his way back down to the arena, and Kevin Owens, Shane got some shots on KO, but Owens just beat the crap out of him and laid him out pretty much. And he finished him up with a pop-up powerbomb, not on the apron though, in the ring. But I thought it was a nice, last brawl before they had their matches Sunday inside Hell in a Cell. Which also, 2 other notes I forgot before here. So I'm very interested to see what if they're trying to do something with Sami Zayn here. I'm not getting my hopes up because Sami Zayn keeps interfering in this feud, especially after this week. Trying to talk Shane out of doing this. He's Kevin's angry. He's in a world he's never been before. You don't know where it's gonna happen. And then Shane's like, I appreciate what you're saying, but this is between Kevin and I. So I wonder if Sami Zayn's gonna somehow get involved in this storyline down the line. But personally, and I'll talk about this in top 10 topics tomorrow, I believe that this feud between between Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon is going to set up something even bigger down the line. Hopefully a WrestleMania angle at Hell in a Cell on Sunday. What's that going to be? I'll talk about that as well in top 10 topics tomorrow as well. And then also Shane McMahon also announced that not only is this going to be a Hell in a Cell match, this is going to be a Falls Count Anywhere match as well. So this match could go, be inside the cell, outside the cell, wherever pretty much. So that's interesting how it's going to end up. I hope it ends up being good. I know some people aren't as impressed with Shane as a performer. I think he can pull something out of his pocket at times as well. So I'm very interested to see how not this one, but also how both the Hell in a Cell matches turn out this Sunday. I mean, those are the two matches I'm really looking forward to this show, and that the other stuff I'm like, not like terrible, but I still think that the show could be good, but I'm not have too high hopes for it either because the build has kind of been like, nothing really too spectacular. But that is it, guys, for the first of two reviews I'm doing tonight. This is my SmackDown Live review from last night. Again, I apologize. It's coming late. I was not able to review last night. Before we get off the air and go to the next one, I just want to see the polls. I did post the polls last night for the grades for SmackDown and and which showed you enjoy more this week. And see if you got any votes for last night. Well, the one for which show did you enjoy more this week, Raw or SmackDown, did not get any votes. But what grade would you give SmackDown Live? I had 4 votes. Nobody said A. 50% said B. 25% said C. And 25% said D. Again, this show was average. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't really that good either. Expected better from a go-home show. I mean, the last segment was good, but everything else was kind of like, nothing really like pathetic, but just meh. That's why I'm going to give this episode of SmackDown Live a C+. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any? What are your comments or grades for SmackDown Live? Leave your thoughts down in the comments section below, and please make sure to click that like and subscribe button for more content to come to this channel. Please stay tuned as I will be taking a short break, and I'll come right back and review tonight's episode of NXT as well. And I'm going to record top 10 topics tonight, but then I am going to not be uploading it until tomorrow probably. And again, as I've been saying, also I'm not going to be able to watch Hell in a Cell like live immediately Sunday because I am going to be out of town for a gig. But I might be able to catch it when I get off work. If I do have the time and I catch up on it and I have the time, maybe I'll review it that night as well. If not, I will review it and at least catch up on that before Raw Monday night because I will be back sometime Monday afternoon. But that is it for my SmackDown Live review. Give your thoughts down in the comment section. What grade would you give to you? We give it again. Please click the like and subscribe button. Again, the lost subscribers. Lily, thank you for the new subscribers, especially also for all the views on my TLC match card. That's getting a lot of views over the first 4 days it's been available. And I'll be right back in just a few minutes. We're going to take a short break, and I'll be right back with my NXT review. Until then, guys, take care.